What if I told you that a simple tea seller standing on a dusty roadside stall became a global sensation overnight? He wasn't born rich. He had no fancy degrees. Yet one day, something extraordinary happened. "Just another cup of tea?" a customer joked. The tea seller smiled. "No, this one will change everything." And it did. From serving tea in chipped cups to standing in front of flashing cameras, his journey stunned the world. How did a man with nothing rise to unimaginable heights? This is the unbelievable story of a tea seller who shocked the world. In the narrow, crowded streets of a small town, Arif stood behind his tiny tea stall, his hands darkened by years of brewing tea. He wasn't just a tea seller, he was a dreamer. But dreams, for people like him, seemed impossible. Since childhood, Arif wanted to do something big, something that would change his life. But life had other plans. His father was a daily wage laborer, barely earning enough to feed the family. At 12, Arif had to quit school and start selling tea to support them. Every morning, he would wake up before sunrise, push his rusty cart to the busiest corner of the market, and start his day. Rain or shine, he stood there, pouring cup after cup, earning just enough to survive. But Arif wanted more. He wanted to grow, to build something of his own. Every night he scribbled ideas on scraps of paper, recipes for unique tea flavors, plans for a bigger shop, dreams of making his tea famous. But no one believed in him. "Stick to what you know, Arif. You're just a tea seller," the shopkeepers laughed. "Big dreams don't suit people like us," his uncle said. He tried everything to expand his small business, adding snacks, changing recipes, even offering free samples. But customers only wanted cheap tea, nothing more. Every new idea failed. One day he took a small loan to set up a better stall with a few chairs, but when business didn't pick up, he couldn't pay back the money. The lender came, took everything he had, and left him with nothing but a dented kettle. That night, sitting on the pavement, staring at his empty hands, Arif felt like a failure. His heart whispered, "Maybe they're right. Maybe I'm just a tea seller, nothing more." But deep inside, something refused to give up. He had one last idea, one crazy, impossible idea, and it was about to change everything. One evening, as Arif sat on the pavement, staring at the flickering streetlights, he overheard a conversation between two customers at a nearby shop. "Did you see that viral video? A street food seller became famous overnight just because of his unique way of making food." Arif's ears perked up. Viral? Famous? Could something like that happen to him? That night, instead of feeling defeated, he started thinking differently. If a food seller could do it, why couldn't I? He spent hours watching videos on a borrowed smartphone, studying what made people interested. That's when an idea struck him. The next day, he didn't just make tea, he performed. As customers gathered, he flipped the teapot in the air, spun the cups with a flourish, and poured the tea from an exaggerated height. He infused each cup with energy, laughter, and a little showmanship. People stopped to watch. Some smiled, some clapped. And then something incredible happened. One customer pulled out a phone and started recording. "Brother, this is amazing. You should be on the internet." The video was uploaded. Within hours, it spread like wildfire. Views turned into millions. People from all over the country, and even from abroad, started talking about the tea seller with a magic touch. For the first time, Arif realized, "I am not just a tea seller, I am something more." The next morning, Arif returned to his stall, unaware of the storm brewing online. As he prepared his first cup of tea, a group of strangers approached. "Are you the tea seller from the viral video?" one of them asked, holding up his phone. Arif blinked. Yes?" Before he knew it, people started flocking to his stall. Locals, tourists, even news reporters, all wanting to see the tea master in action. Cameras flashed as he performed his signature moves, pouring tea with style, spinning cups mid-air. Then came the real turning point. A popular food vlogger featured his story. Within days, TV channels covered him. Orders tripled. A businessman, impressed by Arif's skill and charisma, offered him a partnership to open a proper cafe. Arif wasn't just a roadside tea seller anymore. He was a brand. His new cafe, Magic Chai, became a sensation, attracting people from all over. Social media buzzed with his name. Influencers visited, celebrities praised him, and soon he was invited to international food festivals. One day, as he stood in front of a crowd giving an interview, someone asked, "What's your secret to success?" Arif smiled, holding up his kettle. "I never stopped pouring, even when life tried to empty my cup." The world had once overlooked a simple tea seller, but now they watched in awe as he brewed his own destiny. Arif's story isn't just about tea, it's about resilience, creativity, and never giving up. He proved that success doesn't depend on where you start, but on how you adapt, persist, and believe in yourself. Maybe you're struggling right now. Maybe the world tells you you're not good enough. But remember, every great success starts with rejection, failure, and doubt. The key is to keep going, keep learning, and keep pouring your efforts into your dreams, because who knows, your next step might be the one that shocks the world. So, what's stopping you? Take that leap. Your story is waiting to be written.